really created a Netflix style coaching platform for people who wanted coaching in every area. I realized that the coaching system was broken out there where everybody's forcing the prices to go up so much. But there was a huge need for people not only to get coaching in one area, let's say business for entrepreneurship, but all areas of their life because they're all connected. You can't really have a super successful business if your health is on the verge of not being so good, or if your relationship's falling apart. All of these areas affect each other. And I wanted to create, like I said, a Netflix style coaching platform where anybody could get coaching in every area at an affordable price. Unlike a lot of things out there that cost so much money, we all should have the availability to get coaching in every area.
Hi, and welcome to the Retirement Solutions for Entrepreneur show. Today, I have Robyn Zaval, and she is the founder of onlytheinspired.com. She helps entrepreneurs from a wide variety of backgrounds to get the message out. So I'll let her tell you more. So hi, Robyn, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you? Thank you so much for having me here.
It's a treat. I really appreciate your sharing with my audience. This is stuff that as we get into it, I know that they're going to want to know. So I'll just say, tell me about what you do and why it's important.
Okay, so really created a Netflix style coaching platform for people who wanted coaching in every area. I realized that the coaching system was broken out there where everybody's forcing the prices to go up so much. But there was a huge need for people not only to get coaching in one area, let's say business for entrepreneurship, but all areas of their life because they're all connected. You can't really have a super successful business if your health is on the verge of not being so good, or if your relationship's falling apart. All of these areas affect each other. And I wanted to create, like I said, a Netflix style coaching platform where anybody could get coaching in every area at an affordable price. Unlike a lot of things out there that cost so much money, we all should have the availability to get coaching in every area.
Yes. And we've walked through the site and you showed me there was a whole panorama of different topic areas that pretty much covered every area of life as far as I could figure.
So we talk about business, we talk about finding your purpose. It's really truly a coaching platform. So we'll go in as deep as healing traumas, because if we've had trauma in the past, it'll prevent us from growing in the future. And really, it's my goal to empower as many people as possible to live a purposeful, fulfilling life. And whether that is just in their own life, or if they want to make their impact on their community or the world, that is really who that's for. And I just want to encourage and help as many people get that to happen as possible. And we do a collaboration versus competition style. So you have coaches in life and business and trauma and relationships and health and spirituality and finance. And I love what Eric is doing with the retirement, because it's an area that not many people know how to navigate unless they actually study it. They don't know what to do, especially as a self-employed person. If you don't have 401k or whatever connected to your job, how do we do it? So I love what Eric is doing. Yes.
And so just sorting things out, like as I understand it. So if somebody wants to go get coaching, they can join your platform, and then there's this whole array of different topics that are taught by a variety of different coaches that participate on your program. And if you do have a program, then you can somebody can come and talk to you and say, hey, how can I get my program in as part of your platform? Did I get the right idea there?
So we do
I don't want to put words in your mouth.
No, you're good. You're good. So we do have a platform. We have several coaches on the site, and all of these coaches are really, they have their own businesses, but they love the concept. And so each one of them comes in with either a recorded course that comes with live Q&A, because we want to make sure that anybody going through the recorded courses actually achieves what the course was for, right? Instead of just a course taking platform where you watch videos and get no help. All of our courses are connected with the live Q&A. And then we have open live group coaching. And I love that part, because some things, especially in the coaching arena, you can't put in modules. And so the coaches show up a couple hours a week, and everything is group coaching. For one, that makes it more affordable. For two, as we're navigating different things in our life, sometimes we feel like we're the only ones going through it. And so when you're in a group coaching setting,
I should add, that's exactly the words that come out of the mouths of the people I work with about the whole, how am I going to possibly retire question.
yes. Well, and they think they might be the only ones that don't know what they're doing, but really there's so many of us. And so when we all come together and you have a guide, like Eric's a guide for the entrepreneur retirement topic, people in the group can ask questions that you wouldn't have thought of, and you hear the coaching right in front of your faces, and you get the benefits of listening to the coaching for the other people, the questions that other people ask, the community that it actually brings about, because it could be very lonely out there, especially as entrepreneurs. And so the group,
So one of the, I'll say, myths that people may be subjecting themselves to is it's my situation is different than everybody else's, and it's not.
no.
So any other, like, if you had, like, are there any other big myths you'd like to dispel for folks around this stuff?
Well, and there might be some shame in different areas, like there might be shame if you're not set up for the future, and might be fear involved with that too, because it depends on what age we are, and we could be in our second career, and most of the careers out there now don't have a 401k that you could rely on, or there's been so many changes. And so a lot of times people, because of the fears and thinking they're the only ones that don't know the answers, they keep their mouth shut. But when you're in a group setting like that and somebody opens up and starts asking, then you have that immediate, oh my gosh, it's not just me. And then we all bond together and learn together, and you'll realize, and I realized, the more vulnerable you get, not that you have to be a total open book, but people are going to connect with you so much more than if you act like you have all your ducks in a row.
Sure.
I believe, because when all of us are going through life at a different pace, but we all experience the same things. And when we can actually talk about those, that opens up so many conversations and possibilities, I believe.
Well, let me ask you, certainly we talk about the finances piece of it because you're talking to me, but I'm thinking a lot of folks are saying things like, well, what about making sure that I have the vitality to enjoy things later in life? And do I have the capacity? I'd love to keep doing what I'm doing, but am I going to have the capacity to be able to do it? And so I'm thinking about stuff like general wellness, exercise, nutrition, weight loss, sleep, others. I don't know. I'm just trying to think about like the wider facets of life, and how those are things that come up as topics also. And I'm just wondering what you have to say about that.
Well, like I mentioned before, you could be financially super successful, but if you can't get out off the couch and go for a walk because your body's so broken, those are areas that you need to take care of. And so that is one of the reasons why I wanted to bring all of the areas of life coaching all on one space, because back in the day, as I was a new coach, I was being taught to charge $1,000 a month as a new relationship coach. And then I was thinking, okay, if I charge people $1,000 a month, which I wouldn't only want to work with people who had that money, I would want to work with anybody who wanted to save their marriage. But if I charge $1,000 a month, and then because the number one reason for divorce is finances, what if they needed to go talk to a financial coach or a business coach or a health coach? Because I don't know if there's any super healthy people who are falling apart in their marriage. And so I'm thinking, how expensive would it be if we had to buy coaching in each one of these areas? And that's why I brought it together, because they are all completely connected. The more vital your body is, the more energetic your body is, the more energy you're going to have to build your business, the more fun you're going to have in life. Everything is connected, and we can't ignore any of the areas. And if you've ever had coaching from any life coach, they normally do a wheel of life, and you basically assess yourself. So each area is like a piece of a pie on a circle, and then you fill it in where you're at in each one of those areas, and then you could visibly see how bumpy that road's going to be if you're out of balance. And so the whole goal is to get in balance in every area of your life at a price that's not going to break you. So that you have to take care of the health, and we all have different things that we're really good at. Self-care and health are probably my most neglected, because burn the candle at both ends, but I'm aware of that. And then I'm also connected to a bunch of amazing health coaches, so I know where to go when I'm ready to actually take the leap.
Sure. Well, let's say, so a number of the folks that I work with, they're saying, I just need to be able to build my business more, because if I'm successful, then I can start to do things to put money away and just generally help more people. And just there's like, everything's going to be happier if I can do that. So how does that, so what do you have to say or what do you suggest in terms of like, what do you wish you knew? Or what are you hearing from the other people in your coaching world, your group, about what do you wish people would know?
Really, what I believe are the three things that hold people back from building a business, especially in this online space, is, for one, clarity with who you are. So you have to know where you're starting from to know how you're going to get there. And the best place to start is by clarity of who you are, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, what your goals are in each area. And you have to start there. What do I have to start with? What areas do I need to improve on? A lot of times we don't actually assess our whole life when it comes to New Year's goals. New Year's resolutions, we'll pick one thing or a couple things. But if we could have that clarity of ourselves and where we're starting from, that's the best starting point. And then,
great. So what have I got to work with here?
What do I have to work with? Where am I really I'd love to run on the beach so many times a week or run down the street, but right now I can't walk half a block. So let's get clarity with where we're at, and then make those baby steps to get there. And that comes to the second part, is guidance. I think we really need the guidance. And in this online space, there's 5,000 people trying to sell you something. If you saw my email, my email inbox, it's like the Guinness Book of World Records. It's almost 300,000 unread emails, because I've been on so many people's mailing lists because I want to see what they do. And so the options are so many and the prices are so high. You really need to have that guidance where somebody has your goals in mind and what you truly want, and to have it be specific for you. so many times we have like a blueprint, but then you have to figure out how to insert you and your life and your business in that blueprint. So guidance, personal guidance is super important when you want to get somewhere. And then the know-how. You have to know how to do stuff. And in this world of online stuff, if you're building an online business, you have email marketing funnels, you have landing pages, web pages, you have all of these things, and it's so overwhelming. And so again, that's where the guidance comes in, and that's where I believe the value of coaching can help you get to wherever you want to go, especially if you could fast track your life. The easiest way to do that is to follow on the coattails of somebody who's done it before. And if you have one of those in every area of your life, that you solve so many problems versus somebody who's trying to sell you the whole time. Everybody's in business for themselves, and hopefully the goal is to help people, but sometimes it's
Gets
more
lost in the
about
shuffle.
them. Gets lost in the shuffle, or it's just one piece of the pie and you need a whole vision of what all I need to do. So clarity and guidance and know-how, I think, are the three biggest keys that you need to have. And a lot of times we're not sure when we get involved in business.
Sure.
I don't know if that answered that question.
Yes, I think so. I'm just trying to help our listeners get a handle on where to start and what to watch out for. And that's maybe a question, like what should folks watch out for? What would you have to say about that?
Really, if you don't have that guidance, you're going to be guessing. You're going to be guessing all along the way. And so I have spent $100,000 on coaching courses and programs to help me succeed in business because I didn't have that guidance. And so with each area of your life, you really need to have a guide. So when it comes to retirement, I have not a clue. I'm excited about crypto, don't know much about it. I have a couple coaches that talk about that, but actually when it comes to retirement, everybody's got their own idea. My husband loves the stock market and I want to try more fun things like crypto, but neither one of us, that's where the guidance from somebody like Eric is perfect because he has studied it. He's taken that time and dedicated so many hours to it, so many years to it, and then he can transfer that knowledge to you in a much quicker way. So same thing with the finances. You have to know where you're at. I have $250 in savings. All right, that's where I'm starting. How am I going to get to 250,000 or be able to pull out 25,000 a year or however much? That's where the clarity comes in. That's where the guidance comes in. And then the guidance can show you how to do the know-how. So it pertains to every area. And it's so much better if you could go on the coattails of somebody who actually took that time to study it so you don't have to, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. So is there something I should have asked you that I didn't think to?
I don't know. We all learn at different paces. I think it's really important to find somebody that you trust, that has your goals in mind, and you want to find somebody that wants to help you win and not just sell you something. I'm not sure.
That's good. We're all good. Just try to do the catch-all to make sure that we're covering the territory. So awesome. So thank you for sharing. And so how can people reach you?
So they could actually email me at robyn@onlytheinspired.com. If you want to check out the site, just go to onlytheinspired.com and you could see who the coaches are, what courses we have, and you could read more about me. I'm one of the coaches on there, but email me, and I think that's the quickest way to do it, robyn@onlytheinspired.com. And you can ask me any questions. I'm very open. I'm very friendly, and I truly want to help as many people as I can. So, and
Awesome.
yep.
So this is great. I really thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. And look forward to what we're going to be doing together. And we'll see how this may help the folks that are listening.
Absolutely. Okay. Thank you, everybody. It was a pleasure being here. Thank you very much, Eric, for having me.
Thanks, Robyn.